I'm with Datuk Michael Kang, the President of SME Malaysia. He's a towering figure and he's constantly out there on the front, working tirelessly to champion the rights and the interests of SMEs in Malaysia. So, Datuk Kang, extraordinary times that we are living in right now. We've just had the slew of announcements. We are still in the midst of an MCO, a movement control order. So just very quickly, give us a take on what's happening right now. Extraordinary. We have got figures of deaths, new COVID-19 cases. But what's the impact of this pandemic on our economy, and how has it impacted SMEs?
I think this is very serious. I think this rounds of the economy downturn, it will affected our economy very badly. If you compare to 97's economic crisis, you know, although in 97 is the economic crisis, the hit, the majority is hit on the GLC or MMC. The SMEs overall still okay. That is why our economy can recover very fast during 97. But this round is totally hit on the SME, because the way I look at it, you know, because of the COVID-19 with the CMO, the SME stop operation. There's totally no income. We just today just announced that another 2 more weeks CMO. I think definitely kill the SME, because the SME cannot afford to sustain anymore for the next 2 weeks. As everyone, we know that the SME, the cash flow maximum is 2 to 3 months if we can sustain. Like we talk about micro, but like it was micro, I think most of the micro is 2 weeks to a month maximum days their cash flow they can sustain, you know, because a lot of micro you can see, you know, they operate, they earn the money, whatever they earn is just enough for the 1 week's living. So all these will be badly affected this very seriously if you extend more 2 more weeks. I'm looking at how we can help these people. That, like what I say, that this round is really pull out the roof of the SME. If the economy totally stop, you know, for the SME, there is no income and they are affected their operation.
Yeah, I think I'm on various chat groups with SME friends and stuff like that. Yeah, we've got distractions over there a little bit. Because if you look at 97, 98 and the 2008 subprime crisis, it only affects predominantly started from the financial systems, but this one it's something that affects everybody right down to the streets. And we know that aside from cash flow, as you have mentioned, the SME also offers employment to the majority of working Malaysians. What's the percentage like, Dato? Can you share?
I think see why I say that this is SME totally no income. SME currently is about 1 million SME in the countries. The employees about 65%. It's equivalent to about 10 million workforce in the countries. Wow. So it's a huge amount. If you one SME, you take care of 2% in the countries, I think 2/3 of the Malaysian rely on SME to survive. So I think it's very important. You know, we should assist the SME. We should not let the SME down. If SME close shop, you know, I think most of our Malaysian people will face a huge problem on the living.
Correct. So do you think, that's why I see a lot of SME are shouting right now. They don't have, I mean, with the MCO, the movement control order, they are not able to operate as usual and things like that. It affects their income, and therefore it's also affecting the income of and employment of, you were saying, 2/3 of Malaysian people. So is the government doing enough? Are they doing the right things so far?
I think government, the way I look at it, the government act a bit slow. You know, a lot of this control or the acting. I think we hope that the government can speed up all the process. You know, to make sure we are able to control the disease, to control this, and then to speed up the controlling, then we can release, can solve all the COVID-19 issue, and let the industry start moving in and start the production. I think we are facing, that's why we are communicating very closely with the government, how in terms of government can help the SME.
So one thing I hear, right, is you just say, yes, they are slow, but they are still engaging and they are facilitating.
Yes,
or
yeah. Correct.
Right, because one thing I know,
still work with it, but as long because governments, most of the government people are not down to the earth, that's why they need the industry to help, because they don't understand what's happening in the ground. Because even now, like now the CMO, a lot of things stuck. I'm worried about the essential products. The whole supply chain will break down. So we hope that the government should speed up their process to assist, to make sure the whole supply chain of essential goods should be on time, should make sure enough to supply to the market.
Yeah, especially more so that now these MCO is extended, up till April the 14th.
Yes.
Yeah, because it's not just about putting food in the, essential services and food in supermarkets. You need the producers, the warehousing, the logistics, the entire ecosystem. And so far, are you satisfied with the efforts that's being done?
Yes. I think I'm glad that most of the SME, most of the vendors, they have enough stock, because they have been stocked up for last 2 months. Most of the product, they have a 3 month stock in stock. So I'm not worried about the supply to the market. I think definitely this is enough, but only that we need the government's cooperation to work hand on hand to make sure all the essential goods are able to go to the market on time, so that our rakyat, our people, able to get it. Should not worry about that. I think this is very important.
Yeah, I think what you just said echoed what the Prime Minister said that earlier this afternoon in his announcement, that we have got enough food, and that's heartening to know. But further down, I've noticed many SME employers, and they call themselves bosses. They are a little worried because right now they say it's end of the month. They've got to prepare for payroll and all that. Can you talk us through what's on the mind of most SME bosses? They've got to pay the salaries, they've got to pay the rental, they've got to pay the whatever outstanding loans. Okay, we have got a little bit of reprieve yesterday, and many other suppliers to get this thing going. So these, I suppose, are the pains of the SME. So what is the government doing? And do you think the announcement thus far is sufficient? All I just see is KWSP withdrawal, PDPDN, and then the rest of the allocation in the announcements are more for medical health and all that. What should the government do to alleviate and address this worries?
The one thing is we are a bit not happy with what the Ministry of Human Resource announced, to get all the employee should pay, employer should pay full salary to the employee. I think this is the wrong. I think we hope that the government can put on hold to come up a better solution. That's why we are proposing. This is what now all the SME are asking. For surviving, the SME already tough. Then SME bosses, or what so-called bosses, need to responsible for all the salary payment. I think without any single income, that is a big burden to the SME. So at least the Bank Negara announced yesterday all the bank loan deferred for 6 months, which is but interest to calculate. So we also hope that the Bank Negara can waive the interest as well. So we are negotiating with the Bank Negara. We hope the Bank Negara can agree that all the loan interest for this coming 6 months can be waived. Then the other thing, we are also discussing with the government that we hope that the government can share the salary of the bosses. We hope that we already propose that. We hope that there is a tripartite. Every single person to come in to share the cost of the salary, so that employee, employers and the government. Each one share 1/3 of the salary, so that I think this is not the SME problem, this is not the government problem, this is not the employee problem, and this is a worldwide crisis, national problem. So we hope that every single one can come in to work hand on hand to overcome these difficulties. So we hope that government will announce that the salary payment can be shared amongst three parties.
Right. This has been done in some other countries in their economic stimulus, COVID stimulus program. Why hasn't it been done in Malaysia? Is it something different about Malaysia?
That's why their government done a bit slow. Like even UK government responsible for 80% of the salary.
Yeah.
Wherever you shut down, the 80% paid by the government. The salary. I think we hope that if government can take out 1 month's salary of all the employee, I think it will be great. To release the burden of SME. We have calculated, for 1 month's salary, only 9 billion. I think government should be able to absorb this 9 billion to help to channel to the SME or to the corporate, to the company, to release it to the bank, to the employee.
Yeah, I think that should be the way, because it's no point paying in full right now, but you're not able to sustain this over, I wouldn't say the long term, even the short term.
Yes.
Over the next couple of months. Yeah. Okay. What about rentals and stuff like that? We have seen shopping centers, they have come forward and say, they are giving reprieve over 2 weeks. What about commercial rental and other forms of rentals? What's your take on that?
I think the same, there are a lot of rentals, some of the owner willing to reduce their rental, but not every single one. So we discussed with the government. We hope the government can come in to negotiate with all the owners, to at least give some burden, reduce all the rentals. In the other way, government can keep back some tax incentive or some form of assistance to the shop owner, or either the mall owner. This is the way we hope that the government can step in and help the SME to release some burden on the rental areas.
Right. So if you were to rate what the government has done so far, okay, I know we are expecting a major announcement sometime towards the end of the month. So far, on a rate of 1 to 10, how much you think has been done?
I think if you at this current point of view, I think I can only give 50%. If they're a bit slow, so we hope that they can speed up all the process, because among the government, among the ministry, a lot of communication breakdown as well. We hope that they can focus, their communication wise. We hope that they can work closely, or maybe just use one single point, single agency to handle everything related to the industry, to the people. It's easier. They should not have so many ministry announce all the different policy.
Right. Okay, you said 50%. So what are you expecting? Yes. What is your wish list? You have been fighting tirelessly, engaging in the past few weeks or even a month, leading to this movement order. So what are your wish lists? What you hope to see in the upcoming announcement?
I hope to see that the government can quickly speed up the whole process, whatever thing, because we are extended 2 more weeks. So means that we want to make sure all the SME, all the people, employee, include all the people, they feel confident with the government, because they were not complaining, their fear about their company problem, where to get the money to pay salary, then staff worry about, will company pay me salary? How can I survive? How can the personnel, they have money to survive? Or even the micro, that's what I mentioned, they only 2 weeks saving. But in 2 weeks, they finish their saving. Where to get the money for them to sustain, for their family? Because there are a lot of micro, they are not enough fund to sustain their family. So all this, we hope that the government should come up announcement fast, enough, you know, by every day they should have a news announcement, whatever have not done, to quickly cover out, to speed up, to let the people feel confident what government has done, especially
what confidence are you looking at? What confidence providing measures? Some loans?
Confidence measure is very simple. You know, like I say that, like for the SME, for the business bosses, you know, they are worried about the payment to the salary payment to the government. They should immediately announce, you know, a government will come out with a solution how to help the bosses or SME to overcome their salary payment. This is solution immediate. Then for the employee, they will think that, you know, whether they can get salary payment or not. How to solve. No, they make sure they give a confidence that they were able to receive their salary payment. And then the other thing is like micro, how government can come in a special loan. You know, we also propose the government come out 330 billions. We call the rescue special loan to the SME, include the micro, so that they can have the cash on hand, cash flow on hand to overcome the immediate solution. Like even like others, like hospitals, you know, you can see what I say that the medical equipment, the media to protect themselves. You know, immediately the government should provide enough security, you know, cover to protect all the hospital nurses and doctors. All this we have to do something immediate. You know, we cannot say that just announce, oh, government a budget extra 5 billion or 500 million to give the hospital. But what is the action done? You know, by today or by tomorrow, what we have done? You know, so that they are protected. You know, all this immediate we need to see. Like, okay, logistic, how we can move all the products, essential products, to the market, to the people, you know, how to, the whole thing, you know, the whole ecosystem must be there.
Okay, but we are still living in a relatively free economy. We should not just depend on the government. You mentioned about partnership. Government should do something. The SMEs in the private sector should also do our part. So what is the best thing that an SME should do to prepare ourselves, you know?
I think for SME, they have to prepare themselves at this moment, you know, for their standard 2 more weeks. That means they have totally a month, you know. A lot of SME will take this 1 whole month to rethink their business, how to restructure their business, how to innovate, how to adopt the technology, how to modernize their operation. This is the best time for SME to transform themselves. We should not go into, the SME should not still go on a traditional way. I think traditional way will not survive anymore after this round. The way I look at it, it's a very bad hit to the SME. The way I look at it, easily 20 to 40% of SME are going to wind out. They're going to big paradigm shift on the SME, the whole structures. So SME, the best time now is adopt technology to move forward, bring in the innovation, and to transform their operation.
Wow, you're talking about SME mindset change. That's something that you have always.
The mindset has to change. Not only that, the mindset has changed. Currently, they had to sit down, focus on to think of what the business can generate cash for them, the best cash cow for them. You know, those who are not making profit, just cut down, don't cut away, don't spend any more time, effort on those who are not making profit. Those who are able to focus on what their expert is. You know, change their mindset, you know, focus, use technology, use the modern way, and to share with the core that we were talking about, new economy models, digitization.
So how do they have access to all these changes, you know, because there's always resistance to change. What should you do right now? You know, you've got so many things to do. Yeah, we've got a lot of time. We've got an additional 2 weeks to think about it and to restructure. So in those 2 weeks, what should the SME do? Number one, they need to spend some time to look at their business moving forward. And what should they do next?
Yes.
I
think they look forward. They should go online, on internet. The online could browse through whatever government incentive, government program they can participate. And then is there any new courses, you know, to assist them to transform online courses, to study, to learn online. Through online, you cannot go out, cannot attend a the class, but you can subscribe and learn online, because a lot of online courses I think recently are coming out, you know, how to manage your cash flow, how to transform your business, what kind of business, how to do online business, you know, use the tool, stay at home and plan for their coming business, the future business models.
Great. So what's your hope for Malaysia moving forward, Dato', especially for the SME?
My hope for Malaysia, I think this round, I think is the best time for SME to transform. We hope that by 2020, SME will be our economy, leading economy, which can contribute from current 38% to 50% of GDP contribution. I think SME, our SME, Malaysia SME are very good, pretty strong. We are able to think about our products is very quality products and services. We can do export not only for Malaysian market. I think we should equip ourselves, then move forward and move internationally.
Right. So extraordinary times need extraordinary action, but a Malaysian SME memang boleh. We have got a lot of resilience and we have got no choice but to do it. It's just do or die.
Definitely, we have to do it because Malaysia SME are very talented. They are very good, you know, in manage their business. I think they have their way to survive, but must do it right, do it correctly. I think SME can survive.
Right. Just a last parting one. You did mention about certain resources that SME can refer to. Would I be able to have access to those links and you know, for government assistance and all that? So right after this video conference, at least we can point the readers and viewers to these links.
Definitely, you can. They can check like MDEC they have all the assistant. Like the SME Corp, they have all the assistance. You can go to MPC, also have all the link. Even you can go to the Matrade, also have assist how you do the export. You know, they have all the grant. You know, they helping the SME. Every SME who interested to do the export, they got the 300,000 grant for SME to apply. And MIDA as well, MIDA automation grant. You can apply all the automation, how you automate your business. You can go to MIDA. Like those as mentioned, the MDEC is about the digitization grant. Every SME can entitle for 5,000 for digitization. Government budget 500 million grant for the SME on digitization. That all these are able to help the SME. Even you can go to HRDF on the training. You can browse through what kind of training, how to get the grant or the fund from HRDF for training. And not only this, only on government, I think private sector also provide a lot of assistance as well. A lot of professionals to do this training. I think SME should able to get from here.
Thank you so much. So, my dear ladies and gentlemen, I was with and I'm still with Datuk Michael Kang, President of SME Malaysia, who has been so kind to spend about 30 minutes of his time with us.